Hi and welcome everyone to another video. My name is Denis and today I'm going to show you how my team performed in Gaming 21 of Fantasy Premier League, and then we're going to discuss about my plans and strategies for Gaming 22. But now let's just jump straight into it. Okay guys, so as I said before, today I'm going to show you how my team performed in Gaming 21. We're going to discuss about my plans and strategy, and we're going to look at my team, how it's looking like for Gaming 22. But before, as you saw in the title, probably I survived Gaming 21 of Fantasy Premier League. Now, why I'm saying that is because I think that this was a pretty crazy gaming and a pretty horrible gaming for a lot of you, for a lot of people, but not for me. I survived. For me, at the moment, there's still one game left to be played, Arsenal Liverpool, but I'm on a huge green arrow at the moment, thanks to a lot of players we're going to see on the screen. But the main idea is at the moment I'm on 53 points, which is pretty decent. Maybe I'm going to be around 60 points in the worst case scenario. I think I still have 3 players left to play in that fixtures, Arsenal against Liverpool. Now we're going to discuss about how my team performed in Gaming 21. As I said before, as you can see from the screen, really happy for this gaming. I expected this gaming to be horrible for me because I had so many players playing against each other. As I said before, Roya, Gabriel are going to play against Liverpool, Lacroix played against Rogers, so I expected pretty much a red arrow, so that's why I'm really happy to be on a green arrow at the moment. Now let's start with Lacroix, with a player which I'm really happy to own at the moment. Honestly, I paid so much attention to Lacroix. I kept the faith in him, and finally to get a clean sheet against Aston Villa and to get also defensive contributions, an 8-pointer is pretty huge for that. Now again, he played against Rogers, so that means Rogers blanked. Would have I preferred Rogers to score a hat-trick and Lacroix to concede? Yes, of course, but I'm going to take it considering that they were playing against each other. Rogers with 3 points, Lacroix with 8 points. Really happy with him. Now, why am I saying that? Because about Lacroix is because again, he was pretty rubbish for the last few game weeks. Now I didn't play him in all those weeks, but he was one player I looked to sell to buy Gabriel, but I ended up selling O'Reilly to Gabriel, which at the moment is looking like a really mastermind decision, I would say. But again, it was a 50-50 decision there to sell Lacroix or to sell O'Reilly to Gabriel. Now Lacroix, again, he wasn't amazing in the last few fixtures. I'm going to be honest here. He has a decent fixture, I would say, against Sunderland away, although not amazing because Sunderland are playing really good at home, and then it's Chelsea at home, which is not great for a clean sheet. But Crystal Palace, I still have the faith in him. What I really like about Lacroix is that he's amazing for defensive contributions. I'm still waiting for that goal. I'm still hopeful that at some point he's going to score a goal. And after that, the fixtures actually, if you look for Crystal Palace, are pretty decent. So I could just end up keeping Lacroix, honestly. Now, again, if someone like Daniel Munoz is going to be back available for Crystal Palace, probably it's going to be a nice decision to just switch Lacroix to Munoz. I still think that Munoz is going to be better, but other than that, if I need to keep Lacroix, Nottingham Forest, Brighton away, Burnley, Wolverhampton, until Gaming 27, the fixtures honestly are pretty decent for Crystal Palace. But yeah, enough about Lacroix. Dorgu, finally, again, he was a horrible transfer for me. 2 game weeks ago, I bought him for these 3 fixtures. I think Burnley, Leeds, and Wolverhampton, and Man United somehow didn't kept any clean sheet in 3 games, and of course they didn't keep a clean sheet against Burnley. But at the end of the day, Dorgu got an assist and he got also 1 bonus point, so yeah, I can't really complain that much. Thankfully he got something for me after all, so it's really important that he did something. Now he's going to be forever on my bench, unless I'm just going to sell him at some point. He's not going to play for me anymore, Dorgu. But if we move it into midfield, Anderson was actually the first player to play for my team. And again, here we're going to see if Ekitike is going to start against Arsenal. It's not looking likely Ekitike is going to start. So I made that decision. I was between playing Anderson or Ekitike, and I ended up on my deadline stream, if you were there, deciding to play Anderson. And yeah, he got defensive contributions, he got an assist. Really happy with a 7-pointer to start the week. That was just amazing. And honestly, I didn't expect that to come from Anderson. And if you look at the screen, Anderson got the same amount of point as Rogers, Cunha, and Foden combined. So Yeah, again, I think that for that price, it's pretty nice. Talking about Rogers, again, can't really complain too much. It was a fixture against Crystal Palace, not such an easy fixture. In the future, Everton, Newcastle, Brentford, Bournemouth, Brighton, Leeds, Wolverhampton, the fixtures long term are decent. So, again, Rogers is never going to be a priority sell for me at the moment, at least. If I'm going to have the opportunity to sell him, then yeah, Cunha was a pretty bad transfer. I'm going to be honest. He got 2 points against Burnley, 2 points against Wolverhampton, 2 points against Newcastle. He just got 9 points against Leeds. So yeah, it was a pretty bad transfer. Now again, the outcome was bad. I think that those fixtures were amazing. Unluckily for us, having Manchester United players, you need to play them, and you're going to get players who are playing for Manchester United. So it's not going to be an amazing deal. Talking about Man United player, we're going to discuss about one who probably is going to be in my team sooner rather than later. It's Bruno Fernandes. You guessed it. But now City, Arsenal for Cunha. We're going to discuss about him, but probably he's an easy sell now that Bruno Fernandes is also back. Foden, again, if we look at Foden, last five game weeks, five blanks, 3-2, 3-2-2. Yeah, not great. I'm going to keep Foden at least until game week 23, where he's going to play against Wolverhampton at home. Until that, after that, maybe getting someone like Palmer, getting Bruno Fernandes, or getting another midfielder. With my attack, I captain Haaland again. I thought that he was the best captaincy option. Now, the better idea would be to just would have been to captain Thiago. Again, really happy that Haaland delivered. It doesn't really matter that much for me that Foden or Haaland are delivering because everyone pretty much owns them. But it's nice to have some points, right? So with Thiago, again, he was the hero. Again, I can't imagine the frustration for all the people who sold Thiago to buy Ekitike. Now, I was in a lucky position 2 game weeks ago because I had someone like Mateta, so I just sold Mateta to Ekitike, and therefore I kept Thiago. I thought that he was going to be a decent hold at that price on penalties, but honestly, nobody could have guessed that he's going to score. He was going to score 5 goals in 2 games, right? So the swing between Thiago and Ekitike is just brutal. Probably Ekitike is not going to play against Arsenal, but he still has Burnley at home, Ekitike. So let's see what he can do there. But yeah, Thiago, really happy to have him. There's a chance I'm going to sell Thiago next gaming, but yeah, I'm not so sure how that's going to be. Also, really happy with my decisions. Let's see if Raya can match Dubravka. But I was also, I remember that on the stream, a lot of people said to me to play Alderete instead of Lacroix, and I'm really happy that I kept my decision to just play Lacroix, and what a big swing between them. Virgil van Dijk, Ekitike, let's see, probably Virgil van Dijk is going to keep a clean sheet and score a goal now that he's going to be on my bench, but yeah, let's see the game tonight. Now I roll my transfer in gaming 21. I have 2 free transfers, 0.2 millions in the bank. So let's see how my team is looking for gaming 22. All right, guys, now let's discuss about how my team is currently looking like for gaming 22 of Fantasy Premier League. Now, as I said before, there's still one game to be played tonight, Arsenal against Liverpool. So I'm going to wait to see what's going to happen in that game, and probably I'm not going to make any early transfer because if you don't know, there are some FA Cups game who are going to be played, which are going to be played in the weekend. So again, a lot of injuries, a lot of players could get injured, as I said before. So I would advise you, if you can, if you're not going to be priced out of, I don't know, buying Palmer or a player you really want to have for your team, Bruno Fernandes, then I would advise you to try to hold your transfers for a little while. Now, as I said before, I had 2 free transfers and 0.2 millions in the bank. Now, I'm going to discuss about my players firstly, but the options for me are anything pretty much. I could just roll, I could use one transfer, or I could use both my 2 free transfers. So again, depending on a lot of things, depending on the fitness of Ekitike, depending if I want to sell Cunha against of Man City at home, depending if I want to buy another Arsenal player, or depending if I want to sell someone like Thiago, I don't know, if I can see the upside elsewhere. We're going to discuss also about other players, Palmer, Enzo Fernandez, Tavernier, players who are going to be interesting for me in the future. Looking at my defense, really happy at the moment to have Raya Gabriel. Again, with Raya, as I said before, I don't think that he's worth the value. He's going to get 6 or 7 points most weeks. But for me, just to sell Raya to upgrade, I don't know, someone like Virgil van Dijk to Timber, it doesn't make a lot of sense, I think. Now, because the fixtures are decent, my other defenders are okay. Virgil van Dijk, I'm just going to keep him against Burnley. As you can see, I have triple Liverpool against Burnley, so definitely I'm not going to sell any one of them. If you don't have three Liverpool players, I like a punt on Gakpo, I like a punt on Soboslai. Probably I wouldn't buy Soboslai, honestly, just for this fixture if you don't have him already, and definitely I would not buy Ekitike if you don't have him already. So really happy at the moment with my double up for Arsenal. Nottingham Forest away is a decent fixture. Again, it's an away game. Arsenal could concede, but Gabriel is amazing at the moment. Really happy that I have him. The same with Raya. Virgil van Dijk, I'm just going to keep him. I'm not so sure exactly how many game weeks I'm going to keep Virgil van Dijk. It's really going to depend on which moves I'm going to do next game week. Maybe I'm just going to roll next game week. Maybe I'm going to make two moves in game week 24. But anyway, Burnley at home, I'm just going to keep Virgil van Dijk. Even Liverpool can't keep a clean sheet against that team. I don't need to discuss too much about Van Dijk. Decent for DEFCON, although he wasn't amazing for DEFCON, honestly, in the last 3-4 game weeks. Decent attacking threat. He should have got some goals this season, but he was a little bit unlucky. Burnley, Bournemouth, then Newcastle, Man City, Sunderland, Forest. Again, the fixtures are not amazing. I mean, Newcastle, Man City, and Bournemouth, you could argue, are not great fixtures for defenders. But other than that, if you need to play Van Dijk against Bournemouth away, against Sunderland, Forest, West Ham at home, it's fine. But yeah, probably I would prefer to have a Chelsea defender at that point. If we look at my third defender, at the moment is currently Lacroix. Now, Lacroix is going to play against Alderete, which is another decent one. Both of them are great for defensive contributions. Lacroix is playing away and Alderete is playing at home. They are playing against each other. I don't know. At the moment, this is just my gut feeling. As you can see, they are recommending me to play Alderete, but I just feel better playing Lacroix. I don't know. Maybe that's because he's a more expensive defender. Maybe that's playing a little bit in my mind. But again, if I can see, the thing is, Sunderland are a really good team at home, but I also think that I really rate Crystal Palace as a team, and I think that they are a good defense, and I don't think that they are a worse defense than Sunderland, to be honest with you. And if I can see a team keeping a clean sheet, I don't really see Sunderland keeping a clean sheet against Crystal Palace, but I could be wrong here. So again, at the moment I'm playing Lacroix. Dorgu is going to be the third on my bench forever until I'm going to get rid of him. If you look at my midfield, really happy with Foden, Soboslai, Rogers. As I said before, I'm just going to keep Foden for the next two at least. Man United away, Wolverhampton at home. Manchester United are a terrible defense at the moment. They conceded 2 goals against Burnley. With Foden, there is maybe a little bit of a risk of his minutes being managed because he didn't play 90 minutes in the last game, but he Foden played 90 minutes in the last 10 games or something like that for Manchester City, so it makes a lot of sense for him to be managed a little bit. After a rest, probably he's just going to play against Manchester United. It's a big game for Manchester City. Soboslai, I'm going to keep him against Burnley on set pieces, on penalties. Rogers against Everton at home is a decent fixture. Now, when I bought Rogers, I knew before that I wasn't so excited about buying Rogers. It's just there weren't a lot of obvious outstanding midfielder picks. I could have gone for someone like Gordon, but we just saw Gordon blanking in some decent fixtures, and the good fixtures for Newcastle are almost over. So again, Rogers, he's not an exciting pick. He got 5 and 3 points, honestly. So he's sticking along with some returns. Everton, Newcastle, Brentford are decent. Bournemouth, Brighton, Leeds, and Wolverhampton in gaming 28. Probably I'm just going to keep Rogers for a while because I have other priorities. Anderson against Arsenal. Currently, he's on my bench, but if I have to play Anderson, it's not going to be the end of the world. 3 or 4 points. I will take it against Arsenal, honestly, even if probably he's not going to get any attack in return. Cunha against Man City at home and Arsenal away. So the plan was always for me to try to sell Cunha, and we're going to discuss about some replacements in a minute. But again, as you can see, I have 0.2 millions in the bank. 8.2 millions is Cunha. Now, I'm not sure exactly how what is my selling price. I think that is 8.2. Again, Bruno Fernandes, definitely I want to have him in my team. I don't think that it is a rush to buy Bruno Fernandes, honestly, before playing Man City and Arsenal. So probably I'm just going to have Bruno Fernandes in my team from gaming 24 onwards, because now with the new manager, probably Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to be the new manager of Man United. Bruno Fernandes most likely is going to play as a number 10. He's going to be on free kicks, he's going to be on some set pieces, he's going to be on penalties, he's going to be even decent probably for defensive contribution still. So Bruno Fernandes is going to be, I don't know, one of the best probably assets in the game playing as a number 10, and I want to have him in my team, but probably from gaming 24 onwards. Also, I don't have the money to go straight from Cunha to Bruno Fernandes. Um, Haaland, again, I'm just going to keep him. Probably, I didn't thought honestly at the moment. I'm not sure exactly if he's going to be my captain. I need to see the update on Ekitike if he's going to start against Burnley, but again, Ekitike could be a nice shout against Burnley. Honestly, even someone like Benjamin Sesko from Manchester United scored 2 goals against Burnley yesterday, so why not? Ekitike could do something. Liverpool could do something at Anfield, but the problem is I wanted for Haaland to have I don't know, a tougher fixture, and I just don't think that Man United are the toughest fixtures they could play, definitely, but at least it's a way for Haaland. Man United at some point played good against Manchester City, but at the same time there were some times where Manchester City just crushed Manchester United, so, and Haaland crushed Manchester United. So again, it's a really unpredictable fixture. Ekitike definitely is a shout. If you don't want to captain Haaland, probably Ekitike is going to be your best bet. And Thiago, the man of the moment, I'm thinking about selling him. I'm just going to be straight with you. And because the fixtures are not great. Now, at his price, he's great value. I'm not going to lie. On penalties, he's playing 90 minutes. I mean, he didn't play 90 minutes in the last fixture, but you know what I mean. He's playing good minutes for Brentford. But Chelsea away, Aston Villa away, Newcastle away in the next 4, and then it's Arsenal at home. So in the next 5, honestly, even if I'm going to have Igor Thiago in my team, I don't really feel amazing playing him against Chelsea, Aston Villa, Newcastle, Arsenal. Nottingham Forest at home is nice in gaming 23. And at the same time, I could just keep him, play him in 22, play him in 23 and sell him. But then I will want him back in gaming 27, Brighton and Burnley. So yeah, again, it's a tricky situation. Again, if that's not going to help me at all, I'm not going to sell Thiago. But if that's going to facilitate me making other moves, like, I don't know, moving from Thiago to a Krupi Juniors to Barnes from Burnley to free up some cash, or to someone like Mane from Wolverhampton and to upgrade elsewhere, I'm going to think about it. And again, this is the game. Again, Thiago, before scoring 5 goals in 2 games, he blanked, I think, in 6 games in a row. So it's not like, I don't think that Thiago is a bad pick. I'm not going to say that, but I don't think that he's going to score a hat trick every game basically. So I want to take my chance of him not doing that good in those in that run of fixtures, because I just think that it's going to be really tough for Brentford. Probably he's going to get some goals, but I just hope that my other transfers, if I'm going to upgrade elsewhere, are going to do better. So I'm happy to take Thiago, because probably a lot of people are going to buy Thiago right now, and most likely I'm thinking about selling him. So as I said before, sorry, I talked a lot about my team, about my players. Alderete Dorgu are going to be probably on my bench. Dubravka, I'm not going to play him against Liverpool. So what I can do, I have 2 free transfers. My main priorities, the players I want to sell at some point, are Cunha, Ekitike, depending. If he's not going to be fit to play against Burnley, I'm just going to sell Ekitike to someone like Mane, and that's going to free up a lot of money. Now, let's just say Ekitike is going to be out. And then, can I do? I can't do, I think. Yeah, I can't do Anderson to Palmer, but that would be amazing. So yeah, that's not going to help me. So again, that's not helpful at all. I wanted to show you what I could do with selling Ekitike, but yeah, probably not the best idea. So Foden, Haaland, I'm going to keep. Virgil van Dijk, Soboslai, Ekitike. If all those players are going to be fit, I'm just going to keep them. Players I'm looking to buy: uh, Rice from Arsenal, Palmer, Enzo Fernandez from Chelsea, Chaloba. These are the players I'm interested in the long run. Now, if we look at some defenders, the fixtures for Arsenal are okay. I don't think that they are amazing, but Forest, Man United, Leeds, Sunderland, Brentford, this is a nice run until gaming 26. I could look to go for triple Arsenal defense or triple or go for Rise because after that the fixtures are Spurs, Chelsea. So yeah, I'm not sure if I want to triple up on Arsenal defense, honestly. Other than that, if someone like Munoz is going to be back, it's going to be really interesting. Interesting for gaming 26. I could just switch Lacroix to Munoz, although I'm not so sure if that's going to be that much worth it. Chaloba, a really interesting option. I don't think that I'm going to do it this week. I can't really do it this week. I'm happy with my defense, so probably I'm not going to make any defensive transfer. Other than that, Senesi, the fixtures honestly are pretty okay, but I don't think that he's worth the money. Chow is going to have a nice fixture against Wolves, but after that, Aston Villa, Liverpool, Spurs, Man City. Yeah, for me, it's a no-no to go for someone like Chow at the moment. Van de Ven or Romero, West Ham, Burnley, but Man City, Man United, Newcastle, Arsenal. Yeah, Keane just got a red card. I'm not going to buy any Everton defender now against Aston Villa, Leeds, Brighton, Fulham, Bournemouth. I mean, the fixtures are okay, but yeah, I'm not going to go there. So yeah, pretty much that's it with the defenders. Someone like Rodon is back fit. He's interesting, but let's just look at midfielders because I want to sell someone like Cunha. And if I, let's say, so again, I could just roll this game week and sell Cunha next game week and have 3 free transfers to have more flexibility. I could just play Cunha, honestly, against Man City at home. I don't think that it is an easy fixture definitely for Manchester United, but Manchester City are going to be without Ruben Diaz. They are going to be without Guardiola. I don't think that they are amazing defensively at the moment. If we're talking about teams like Arsenal, I just don't think that Man City at the moment are at that level, and they could concede goals. We saw in the last few game weeks. And Cunha, although he's not going to be on penalties now that Bruno Fernandes is back, he's still getting some chances. He should have scored some goals in the last 3 gamings, but he was a little bit unlucky. So again, Semenyo is a no-no. He's going to move to Manchester City today probably. So at the moment, he's not an FPL option for me anymore. I could just do Cunha to Rice, and probably that would be the most boring and I don't know, optimal transfer to do. Just use 1 free transfer. The team is okay. After that, just keep Thiago, play him against Chelsea. He's on penalties. And yeah, Nottingham Forest, Man United, Leeds, Sunderland, Brentford. This is a good run. This is a good run for Arsenal. And Rice is going to be the player who's going to tick along. He's not going to score double-digit goals every gaming, but he's going to get you 3, 4, 5, 6 pretty regularly. I would say now he's not again, he's a good pick. He's a good pick, Declan Rice. I just don't think that he's essential. I just don't think that you should rip up your team to buy him. But yeah, for me, for me, it makes a lot of sense to buy him because I have the money. I can do it in one move. Bruno Fernandes, I can't afford him. Bukayo Saka, I don't think that I'm going to go for him. Although I think that Bukayo Saka is I think that Saka is a better option than Rice actually, but he's a lot of money. So yeah, he's not that good value. Palmer is a player I'm interested. Uh, we're going to go came back to Palmer and Enzo Fernandez. I just want to see to show you if there are any other options. Odegaard, no. Bruno Guimaraes, again, he's smashing it. He's smashing it in the last few gamings. I just don't want to go there. I just don't want to go there. He was lucky to get that penalty yesterday because Voltemad, Gordon weren't on the pitch. Again, I don't want to say that he was lucky scoring some goals. He scored a goal from a corner. He got the penalty. I don't know, got some assist, but he was a very good pick. For everyone who gone for Bruno Guimaraes, congratulations. Really happy with you. Really happy for you, but I'm just not going to go there. Honestly, I'm just not going to go there. Gakpo, I can't. Enzo Fernandez is going to be a really interesting one. Tillemans, probably not. I could go for Tavernier, but probably, I don't know, going for Tavernier would be better in Gaming 24 when they're going to play against Wolverhampton. Although, yeah, Liverpool at home is not looking like such a tough fixture, I would say. Brighton away, again, Tavernier on penalties probably good for decent for defensive contributions on some set pieces, maybe playing as a number 10 or a right winger. Now that Semenyo is going to go to Man City, an interesting option, definitely Tavernier at that price. Other than that, yeah, Turkey. I could go for Turkey, but yeah, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure with this rotation. After all these players, Semenyo is going to be there at Man City. Marmoush is going to came back from AFCON. I just don't want to go. It's looking like a transfer waiting to happen. Turkey, I'm going to buy him now, and I'm going to want to sell him after 2 or 3 gamings. That's the only problem with Turkey. Other than that, yeah, again, Wilson. Wilson is smashing it. Somehow every gaming he destroys my rank. Leads away Brighton at home United. Maybe he's the one. Maybe he's the one at that price, 5.8 millions. Honestly, he's a really good. He was a really good value player. The fixtures are decent. Yeah, Sunderland away, Man City away is not amazing, but again, he scored against Liverpool, he scored against Chelsea. He definitely can do it. He scored actually 2 goals against Chelsea. One was ruled off. Doku not going to go there. So yeah, pretty much that's it. Now, the player I would be most excited to buy would be Palmer. Again, he got 71 minutes in the last game week. I think he doesn't get 90 minutes yet. His fitness is not 100% at the moment, but when he's playing, he's a good one. One thing I know for sure, if Palmer is going to be, I don't know, if he's going to play 80 minutes every game week by game week 24, I will want to have him against West Ham, Wolves, Leeds, Burnley. So that's the problem. And then why just not buy him now if I will want to have him in gaming 22? They're going to have he's going to have probably some rest until gaming 22, until Brentford at home. Probably is going to get good minutes in that. Crystal Palace away is not great, but then the fixtures are amazing for Palmer. So yeah, I'm thinking about it. This was my initial thinking, to sell Cunha to Palmer and to sell Thiago to a 4.6 forward. Now, if we look at other forwards, Mateta is still okay, and I think that he's going to be an interesting one in the future. As I said before, the fixtures for Palace are going to be pretty interesting and decent. 26 Burnley and Wolves at home back to back, 26, 27. Again, even Mateta could be back on the menu at that point. But at the moment, it's looking like everyone is going crazy with the cheap forwards, and for good reasons, right? Krupi scored, Mane scored back-to-back goals in gaming 21 and 20. Other expensive forwards are not doing nothing. Ekitike, Watkins is okay, but again, I just don't think that he's worth the value. Sesko, nobody's going to go there. Richarlison, nobody's going to go there. Bowen, again, he's okay, but he's not going to get you amazing hauls, I think. So yeah, pretty much that's it. And if we move to forwards under 4.6 millions, here we have Krupi Juniors, who I can afford, and probably again he would be a better pick, I would say, than someone like Mane. You're going to save just 0.1 million if you're going to go for Mane anyway. Now the minutes for him are better. For Mane from Wolverhampton, the fixtures are not great. Newcastle, Man City, Bournemouth, Chelsea. Again, he's not going to score every game. He's just an enabler for Bournemouth. Now that Semenyo is out, he's to Manchester City, and Clivert just undergone surgery. He's going to be out for a long period of time. I think that the minutes for Krupi Juniors are going to be better. Definitely, the minutes are going to go through the roof. Now, we need to see if Bournemouth are going to sign another player to replace Semenyo. Krupi Junior could play as a number 10, and I think that he's going to play alongside Evan Nilsson pretty regularly. Brighton, Liverpool, not amazing. After that, Wolverhampton, Aston Villa, Everton, West Ham, Sunderland, all these fixtures are playable. Uh, and yeah, honestly, I could go there. I could go there for a third striker who, I don't need to play him every gaming. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. This was my first thought about Gaming 22. This was my strategy. Now it doesn't really matter which way I'm going to go. Uh, I have the exact money to do this. Cunha to Palmer, Thiago to Guppy Jr. Please let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? Is this a crazy strategy? Is Cunha and Thiago better than Palmer and Krupi Jr. this game week? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure, but maybe it's not such a big difference. Maybe not worth doing these transfers. And if I'm going to buy Krupi Juniors, what I can do is to play him or to just play Anderson or Alderete. But probably I'm just going to play Krupi Junior because he's a striker. And yeah, I think that he's going to get decent minutes against Brighton. Semenyo is going to be not going to be a Bournemouth player anymore. So yeah, I could do this. Um, this is my first option. Now I could roll, as I said before. I could just roll and see what I'm going to do next gaming. I could do Cunha to Rice or Cunha to Tavernier. Probably these are the more likely midfielders I'm going to go. I'm going to have 8.3 millions, and at that price, um, yeah, again, Enzo Fernandez again. I forgot about him. If I don't want to go for Palmer, if somehow I just don't feel that Cole Palmer is 100% regarding his fitness, I could just go for Enzo Fernandez, who honestly he's playing as a number 10 with the new coach Chelsea have, and Palmer is playing on the right. He could be an interesting option. And if Caicedo is going to be a defensive midfielder, Enzo Fernandez is going to play as a number 10 at 6.4 millions. Yeah, I think that it could be a nice one. So probably these are likely the options if I'm just going to sell Cunha, Enzo Fernandez, Rice, Krupi Juniors, Tavernier. And yeah, maybe just buy Palmer, I don't know, selling Ekitike and buying Palmer by selling Foden in Gaming 24 if I want to do that. Now, if let's say I'm not going to do anything, I can go in Gaming 23 with 3 free transfers, and then here again, I'm going to have Gabriel Raya. I'm going to play them. Alderete against West Ham away is perfectly fine. Foden, Haaland is perfectly fine. Thiago, I'm just going to keep him if I'm not going to sell him in Gaming 22. Cunha against Arsenal probably is going to be sold. Ekitike against Bournemouth. Now, from this point onwards, the thing is Chelsea are playing against Crystal Palace, so I'm just not sure if I want to go there, but I could just buy, let's say, Palmer instead of Cunha. I will need to free up 2.1 millions. I could just sell Virgil van Dijk, but yeah, to a 3.8 defender is not worth it. Yeah, so pretty much I would need to sell Ekitike in gaming 23. And although the feature against Bournemouth away is not horrible, I think that if Ekitike is fit and he's going to do well against Burnley, I'm just going to keep him probably against Bournemouth away. So that's the thing. Again, let's say I'm going to go for Krupi. I'm going to have 2.1 millions, and I could also, I don't know, sell Virgil van Dijk to Chaloba or something like that. So yeah, please let me know in the comments down below what would you do, or let me just see, could I, yeah, I could sell Dorgu to Chaloba anyway, and just play Chaloba here, and that would be my team. Probably here I would play Soboslai instead of Lacroix. So that would be my team for Gaming 23. Now I'm not, this is selling Dorgu, Cunha and Ekitike. I'm not so happy about selling Ekitike before playing against Bournemouth away, because I think that that's a decent fixture for an attacker. But please let me know in the comments down below what would you do with my team. What do you prefer more? This team, roll to three transfers in Gaming 23 and make 3. Buy Palmer, Chaloba. Bear in mind Palmer could be Enzo Fernandez or Tavernier or Rice or any other um, player, or would you just go Cunha to Palmer, Thiago to Krupi Jr., attack Gaming 22? Thanks a lot for watching this video this long. Sorry, I think that it was a little bit too long, but again, I'm really happy that I filmed this video in one take. Thanks a lot for your amazing support. Please, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you're not subscribed already to this channel, I know that a lot of people who are watching it didn't actually hit that button. So yeah, I would appreciate it really much if you want to subscribe, if you enjoy the content, obviously. And yeah, you're going to see a lot more content from me this week, probably because we have a little break from FPL. We have a lot of FA Cups games, but yeah, that was it for me. Check the memberships if you want to support the channel even more. Leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here, and I'm going to see you on my next video. Bye. Apoi îmi bag gura lor